Every drop of water that falls in Snohomish County takes a journey. From mountain peaks, through streams in urban areas, and rivers to Puget Sound. Along the way, it supports salmon, nourishes farmland, and sustains communities. Protecting these waters is surface water management's core mission. As our county has grown, so have threats to water quality and salmon habitat. Stormwater runoff carries pollutants from roads, yards, and parking lots directly into streams and Puget Sound. At the same time, undersized culverts create barriers that prevent salmon from accessing essential upstream spawning and rearing habitats. Surface water management monitors water quality in approximately 35 lakes, 40 streams, and 5 major rivers every year, tracking health, detecting problems early, and informing the public. We inspect hundreds of catch basins and other stormwater facilities around the county that store and remove pollutants from stormwater, and visit commercial properties to prevent pollution at the source. When toxic algae blooms threaten public health, we partner to help get the message out and alert the public.
We're developing strategies to address emerging contaminants like tire dust from tire wear. Federal laws such as the Clean Water Act and the Endangered Species Act are additional drivers behind surface water management's programs to protect water quality and salmon habitat.
One of our main goals is to understand the health of our waterways, and so whether that be lakes or rivers or streams, we want to understand what's happening in the lake, which includes what kind of pollution is in the lake. Is there nutrients or bacteria or maybe heavy metals or something that might be affecting the water quality? But it's also kind of understanding what's going on with the water. Is there enough oxygen for the fish? What's the temperature? Is it too warm for fish or aquatic life? And then the other thing that we measure for health is the habitat. The last thing we look at is the aquatic life. So especially in streams, the types of stream bugs can really be an indicator of how healthy a stream is, both in terms of the habitat and the water quality. And in lakes, we look at algae and plankton and other things to understand the health of those lakes.
We've identified roughly 700 culverts under county roads that block salmon from critical spawning habitat. Between 2025 and 2029, we're working to replace 15 to 20 of the highest priority fish-blocking culverts, reopening miles of stream habitat that's been cut off for decades.
Nature's been doing this a lot longer than we have. So if we can mimic the designs nature's developed for these streams and incorporate them into our projects, they'll be longer lasting and more adaptive on its own, instead of having us come in and rearrange things or notch out logs. We don't want to have to do it. We'd rather set it up to change and become stable on its own.
In addition to replacing culverts that block fish passage, Snohomish County Surface Water Management also constructs projects to restore natural habitat.
The Smith Island project is one example of a project that will have really great impacts on our salmon populations, but it's not just our salmon populations. When you look at these really large estuary projects, Smith Island is close to 400 acres of habitat that was cut off by levees, and now we've removed a lot of those levees and reconnected tidal habitat into what was once a very functional tidal marsh. Each one of those breaches in the levee is a doorway into the site, and our juvenile salmon, as they're moving downstream, seek out those doorways, and they get out of the large rivers in our rivers and sloughs, and they move into those habitats. Every time the tide moves into the area and moves back out, those fish are moving with it, and they can really capitalize on the productivity of those sites. There's always food there, there's always changing environments, and those fish take advantage of that. The goal is to have functional, open space that provides the habitat salmon need while also being able to provide for all the people that continue to move to this area. It's a big challenge, but we are taking a different approach to it. In Snohomish County, we have an opportunity to maintain that natural process, maintain functional, profitable agriculture, and also provide homes for a lot of people.